Hi there guys, Tom Quayle here. Hope you're all doing very well as ever. Let's check out today a brand new pedal from the guys at Wampler, very good friends of mine, as you guys know. This is the Metaverse. It's designed to look very similar in terms of the actual physicality of it as the Terraform. So it's got that kind of same layout, but this is, as opposed to being a all kind of do everything modulation pedal, this is a do everything delay pedal. And it includes 11 different delay types, digital kind of platform here, but with kind of lots of different analog and digital style, tape style delays. Those 11 include some of Wampler's most famous and popular delays. So the faux tape echo is in there, that algorithm. We've got the Doctor, which is their lo-fi delay, the Ethereal, which is a beautiful, as the name would suggest, ethereal delay. And then a bunch of different classics and some unexpected kind of twists in there as well. So we've got your standard tape delay, multi-head in this case, so we can select between different heads. We've got an analog delay in there. We've got a bucket Brigade delay. We've got, what else have we got in there? Modulated delays, a classic TC2290 digital style delay. And then we've got little variations, things like a flanged kind of digital delay, flanged kind of analog delay as well. So there's a few different variations in there, some very cool stuff, very compact, and it's true stereo. So we've got stereo ins, stereo outs, and a really easy control system. Now, because you can store 12 presets on here, as you can with the Terraform, so we've got the button just here for switching between those 12 presets. That's really useful, but there's also MIDI in, and I think it's a through on there as well. I don't believe it's an out, but it's a MIDI through for sending MIDI to other pedals. Those are TRS style MIDI mini jacks, which is great, really nice and convenient, keeps the pedal compact. Then an expression pedal on input on there, and the expression pedal can be assigned to any of the parameters on the pedal that you wish, which is very cool. You're not limited in that respect. Via the MIDI, you've got up to 128 presets. So if you're somebody who's using like a Gig Rig G3 or a G2 or a Boss ES8 or ES5, for example, any switching system that allows for MIDI, like the Morningstar, whatever you're using, you've got access to those 128 presets just via the flick of a single button, which is awesome. Now, in terms of the control layout, things are very straightforward with a few hidden features like you'll find on Terraform. So we've got the dial here, which allows us to select between the 11 different algorithms. Very straightforward. Then we've got delay time, which will range from 25 milliseconds up to 2 seconds in every mode except the tape mode, which is 40 milliseconds to 2 seconds. The reason for that is if you go lower than 40 milliseconds, you get into some kind of ugly self-oscillation territory. So that's to be avoided at all costs. But yeah, 40 to 2 seconds. Then we've got our feedback control. We've got a tone control. We've got our modulation depth control. I'll go through where you get your rate in a second. And then we've got our mix control on there as well. Now there's some hidden features on here as well, depending on which mode you're in. So in every single mode, if you hold down the bypass switch, the modulation control there will change the rate. So holding down the bypass will give you your alternative mode on any of the different parameters. So you've got your depth, and then you've got your rate if you hold down the bypass switch. If you are in the flange, the jet mode, or the modulated digital delay mode, you can use the tone control if you hold down the bypass to change the feedback of the flanging effects, which is quite nice. And then I believe the feedback control, I think it's the feedback control, we'll get into it later. If you're in the tape mode or if you're in the ethereal mode, that will change the playheads. So effectively the ethereal's got multiple different delay subdivision modes that you can use together with one another. So you could have like a dotted eighth note and a quarter note, for example. And then in the tape mode, you can change between multiple heads to give you, again, different delay times parallel to one another, which is kind of cool. So there's some hidden features in there as well. So I guess what we should do is get into listening to some sounds. Just a real quick thing just to mention in terms of the final switch on there that we've not talked about. We've got tap tempo on there as well. Hold that down as opposed to tapping it to get the tempo. If you hold it down, you'll go into preset mode, which allows you to use both switches to go up and down through the presets as you wish. The LED will turn green. Hold it down again to go into tap tempo mode with that switch. And then finally on the top there is a trails button that allows you to run the pedal in true bypass with the trails off, or to run it in a buffered bypass where you've got trails when you switch between presets. That's great to have that option. I really like that. That's really nice. So let's have a listen to it. I'm running my Ibanez TQ MS1 into a Laney SLS head, just a very small head, and I've got my dual fusion in the front And then the only other pedal that's in the actual signal chain at all is the Wampler Metaverse, which is running last in the chain. So here is the bypassed sound. No delay at all. Little bit of reverb applied to the signal just to make it slightly more pleasant to listen to. And let's listen to this particular preset, which is the analog delay, quite a short delay here. You can see the subdivision tapping away there. Really nice delay, just a straightforward analog delay. What I'm going to do now is just I'm going to let you hear all the algorithms. Obviously, I'm not going to play with every control on every single algorithm, that would be nuts, but I'm going to let you hear them all. I'm just going to give you some basic overview of the controls, the kind of standard controls that you'll find in every single mode. So, obviously, delay time here, all the way up to 2 milliseconds. You can see the tap tempo is adjusting here as well. So with a longer delay now, let's increase the feedback too, and then bring the tone back and increase the mix just a little bit. Something else to point out here is that you can go for a kill dry style delay by having the mix all the way up, which will drop out all of the dry signal. And there is, if you hold down the bypass button here, a 6 dB boost or cut per preset, not globally, but per preset that you can apply as well if you want to have a boost in there, which would be like using the preamp of an Echo Rec, for example, just to either boost for a solo or color the tone slightly. So here's a slightly longer delay. You can really hear that analog vibe. Excuse the buzzing. Single coils do not like my studio, or my studio doesn't like single coils. So a really nice sound. Let's play with the modulation a little bit. We'll keep the delay as it is right there, and I'm going to bring the depth of the modulation up. Now remember, this control does double as the rate when you hold down the bypass switch. So what I'm going to do here is just hold down that bypass switch, sorry about the pedal wobbling around, and bring the rate down, and then bring the depth up. And now it's going to be a more subtle modulation because we've got a modulated, this wet mode here is a modulated analog delay. There you can hear the modulation kicking in. It's really nice actually. Subtle but nice, okay? So just bring the tone control down. Again here I'm just showing you the general controls. I'll bring the absolute modulation out. We won't go into this much depth with every single algorithm. And now we've got this. So very pretty sounding delays. It's great. If we bring the feedback all the way up, you get the classic delay tricks that you know and love. So for you guys that like your kind of sound effects, you like your kind of ambient, weird delays, they're all in here as well. It's absolutely fantastic. So let's go through some of these algorithms. Now, obviously the next one here, I don't know how well you can see this, guys, but it says wet. This is a modulated analog delay. So we're going to have more modulation in here. Let's just bring the depth down. I just want to reset the rate here. So the rate is low and the depth is a little bit higher. And now, immediately more modulation. Very nice. Let's increase the mix a little bit. Again, apologies for the horrible noise in my studio with single coils. Okay, so really, really nice on that wet sound there. Let's just increase the rate a little bit as well. Well, not a little bit, quite a bit. We'll just shorten that delay time just a bit as well. And now we get this sound. Really pretty, very, very pretty. Quite extreme, but really pretty. Very cool indeed. Let's go to the bucket brigade. So this is obviously going to be more like the analog bucket brigade chip style delays. There you go. So a little bit brighter than the analog delays, but still dark enough. It's not like a digital delay. Darken those right off. Let's increase the feedback on those as well, fairly high. Very cool indeed. So the jet mode, this is going to have the flanger applied to the analog algorithm. There you can just about hear it. Let's do a longer delay. Again, more mix. Okay, now here, if we use the tone control, we can increase the feedback. So let's set the feedback high so you guys can hear this really easily. There you go. So that's kind of cool, a nice little variation on a analog style delay. Then we've got the Doctor, which is their lo-fi delay. So this has got a kind of a lo-fi, slightly more retro kind of vibe to it. This delay sound I absolutely love when you crank the feedback and let it sit and kind of create a bed for you. Because it does all this weird stuff. It's amazing. Very nice indeed. Then we've got our faux tape echo. So again here, very similar to the original pedal. If any of you have used that pedal, it's a beautiful sounding delay. Very, very cool indeed. Now in the ethereal mode, here you can hear multiple delay lines running at the same time, and that's the nature of this particular pedal. So the feedback control selects the different modes. There's a little bit to just kind of learn with this pedal, that's all. Okay, so the feedback control, if we use the alternative switch, so at the moment, let's bring the mix down. Okay, so let's go through and you'll be able to see the LEDs updating here. So now we're on the second mode. Okay, so you can hear that's a different subdivision or a pair of subdivisions that's going on. If we go to the third mode, okay, and then again, running through here, the fourth mode. There's 4 modes on the ethereal. Okay, so a bit more complex. So that's also very cool. Now we're into some of the digital delays. So we've got mod, which is a digital modulated delay, again based on the TC2290, which is a bit of a mouthful. There, hopefully you can hear the flanger that's going on. It's very similar to the analog flange mode, the jet, but in this case we've just got a digital delay instead. Interesting colours in the background, which is nice. Then we go onto our space echo mode. Now this is, Brian says it's like a cross between an echo rec and a space echo, so it's his version of those two sounds. Quite a unique kind of sounding thing. Let's bring the modulation up. That's beautiful. Such a lovely, lush sounding modulation from that pedal. really beautiful. And then we go into our tape mode. And again, like the Ethereal, this has multiple modes. So at the moment, if we use the feedback control, again, keep an eye on the LEDs, you can see we're in tape head 1. Okay, so, I've bypassed the pedal, I apologize. Very tapey sounding. Beautiful modulation going on there. Again, hold down the bypass switch, bring the feedback control to the second position, and now different tape head setup completely. So you can change the heads in that way, which is very, very straightforward. And then finally, we've got our digital delay, which is like our TC2290, very pristine. If we bring the tone control up, whoops, that was a weird note. Right, let's take the modulation out. The original TC2290 had some beautiful sounding modulation actually. So you can hear very bright, very, very clean, a pristine sounding digital delay. Now, of course, within this digital delay, which you can hear the tone of, I'm actually adding some high ends there. So let's bring that down to the middle position, which is notched. There you go. Exactly the same as the original signal. You can change the subdivision to do dotted eights if you want to do that kind of edge kind of sound if you like. So there's full flexibility there. And as you can see, a really wide range of different delay tones available from this. And with this much functionality, you could get lost if you didn't have access to those presets. But of course, 12 different presets on here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the LEDs change to demonstrate the different presets up to 12 basically, and again 128 MIDI presets. Pristine sound quality, true bypass and buffer bypass mode for trails. So it's got everything you would need in there, really high build quality, sounds fantastic, and you know, affordable as well, considering it's a boutique pedal brand. So really, really nice. Now as a final awesome added bonus, I should point out that Wampler, just as they did with the Terraform, have released plug-in versions of the algorithms built into the Metaverse. So I've installed these here in Studio One, and they're showing up basically, we've got the analog, the bucket brigade, digital delay, the Doctor, Ethereal, faux tape echo, the jet. All of the different algorithms. If we go to the tape algorithm here, for example, we've got our different playheads. Okay, these are dead easy to install. They all sound exactly the same as the original algorithms in the pedal. But of course, the awesome thing is now that you can apply these to any tracks within your DAW. And the real big bonus here is if you own the pedal, all these plugins are completely free for you to download. Now, if you don't want to buy the pedal, but you want the plugins for your DAW, they're also available to purchase from the Wampler website as well, which is super cool. Nice interfaces, everything works exactly as you expect. And as I say, they sound exactly the same as the algorithms within the pedal. So that's awesome, but now you've got this nice interface that you can use with any audio material in your DAW. So there it is, guys. That is the Metaverse from Wampler. Hope you enjoyed the demo. Of course, click the link in the description below and that will take you across to Wampler's website where you can check out the full details and purchase the pedal for yourself. If you enjoyed this demo, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons below as ever. And of course, you know what to do, hit the bell notification icon to make sure you're notified every time I upload new content. And if you want to support me and what I do, hit the links in the video description below that link through to my website for my lesson material. You can purchase all of that stuff. Obviously, check out my guitar, the Ibanez TQ-MS1. Check out the TQ-M1 as well. And yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Check out the Metaverse and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.